Coffee and sleep. Hi, this is Dr. Gregory Charlop, and I want to talk to you today about one of my favorite topics, coffee. And it has an important impact for sleep that we need to discuss. Now, as many of you know, I'm a big fan of coffee. I have all kinds of different coffee machines. I've got my Nespresso and I've got a pour over and everything else. And I love coffee and I'm a big advocate of it. And in fact, I talk a lot about coffee in my book, Why Doctors Skip Breakfast, which, by the way, is available on Amazon and Audible. And when we're done here, I encourage you to check the book out. But I want to share with you something that I think is often misunderstood about coffee and about its impact on sleep. Now, we all know that coffee contains caffeine, and caffeine is one of the main ingredients we think are responsible for some of coffee's benefits, for helping us stay more awake and more aware and helping us have better focus and attention. Caffeine may even be partly beneficial for coffee's good effect on mood, and it may even have some of its other benefits like athletic performance we know is improved by caffeine, and we also think that maybe caffeine helps prevent some diseases. Certainly coffee itself does. And coffee may prevent Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative diseases along with some types of cancer. But one downside of coffee is that it can impact our sleep. And here's the thing. The caffeine in coffee can both help prevent you from falling asleep and this is what a lot of people don't realize, even if you do fall asleep, it can cause your sleep quality to be worse. So here's how caffeine works. The half-life of caffeine, that is, the amount of time it takes to get rid of about half of the caffeine from your body, is about 4 or 5 hours. So let's say you have a cup of coffee at noon. That means that in 5 hours from now, 5 p.m., you still may have half of the caffeine still in your body. That's a lot. Now, if you have coffee at noon, by 10 o'clock, you may have a quarter of the caffeine still in your body. So what that means is, if you have coffee at, say, 3 or 4 o'clock, well after you've gone to bed, you still have a bunch of caffeine floating around in your body. Now, for some people, that may be preventing you from falling asleep. So if you have some insomnia, it may be that the coffee you had earlier in the day is still affecting you, even though hours have gone by. But even if you fall asleep, and you may be one of those people that say, oh, I could have coffee with dinner and still fall asleep. I think I'm probably like that. Even if you still fall asleep, it disrupts the quality of your sleep. So you have less of the restful deep sleep, less of the restful non-REM stage 4 sleep. And so even though you may be sleeping, your sleep may not be as good. And when you wake up in the morning, you may not feel as refreshed. So that coffee you're having at 3, 4, 5 p.m., maybe it isn't keeping you up, but you're still not getting as much out of your sleep at night as you could be. So I say this to say that if you're having coffee, and I think you should, quit it around noon. Now, one last thing, everybody's a little different in coffee, and there's some people that metabolize coffee very, very slowly. If you're one of these very slow coffee metabolizers, then you probably need to quit it even earlier. And you'll have to know your body to know that. But in either case, go out there, enjoy a cup, enjoy it to your health, but quit it around noon, maybe earlier for some people. This is Dr. Gregory Charlop. Thanks for listening. You can grab a copy of Why Doctors Skip Breakfast. Check it out. We're full of wellness tips, all kinds of different stuff about coffee, and we'll see you again very soon.